Bienvenidos. Why do I always start with that? It's fun, that's why.
What does that mean?
Welcome.
This week on Plate Culture, we made something called a Matambre,
Matambre.
which is basically a rolled up piece of meat with an egg in it.
Yep.
And it was good.
Hello and welcome to Plate Culture. I feel like I use that same tone of voice for every welcome. You do. Look, we all know why you guys are here is to watch us cook some delicious foods and to banter slightly while B-roll rolls.
Happy New Year to ya.
That's the birthday song.
It's a new year. This is the first episode of 2021.
2021. Oh, you want to do it 21? Oh.
Happy New Year,
Is this
everybody.
backwards? This might be.
No, you do the
Oh, wait. Oh, there you go. Either way, we nailed it. Welcome to the year of 2021 in Plate Culture, the year of the cow.
Is that?
Is it? I don't know. I just made that up. I felt like Chinese New Year always has like an animal.
Well, it would be fitting for what we made this week.
Yeah, because we did make something from a cow. So for the first meal of 2021, we decided to go to South America, a little country in South America called Argentina. It's not so little, but they do have an excellent use of the cow. We didn't go to Argentina. I meant like metaphorically went to Argentina. We metaphorically, via food, went to Argentina this week, and it was a great trip. I don't know if I'm
Got some sun?
Yeah, so I can't do this metaphor. Now we can't wait to get to the main course and show you guys how to make a matambre. However, we want to show you guys how we made our first course, the Provoleta. This is also a common dish in Argentina, and it is an incredible appetizer, super easy to make.
So in case you don't know what Provoleta is, it's baked cheese. It's kind of like fondue.
But South American.
Yes.
The main thing with Provoleta is that you want to get nice thick slices of provolone cheese from your deli counter at your local grocery store. You can ask and they will cut it into little half-pound slices, and so that's what I did. I had 2 half-pound slices of provolone cheese. Put those on a cast iron skillet and sprinkle the top of both slices of that cheese with a little bit of oregano and crushed red pepper. Once they've melted a little bit, flip them on their other side and let that sit covered for about 5 to 10 minutes, or until the bottom of the cheese is a little bit brown and all of the cheese is fully melted into one delicious melt of cheese.
Did you cook it like on medium or?
Probably like medium.
Not too
yeah.
hot.
You don't want it to burn, and so you definitely want this on a medium-low, medium setting on the stovetop. Now the best way to eat this is with sliced pieces of baguette that you put in the oven with some olive oil. Get those nice brown and crispy, and then you put the cheese on top, and then you top it with a little bit of chimichurri sauce. If you were wondering how to make chimichurri, you can reference our previous video on Brazilian food. There's a great recipe in that.
And once it's finished, you can eat it while you make your main dish.
Yeah, it's a perfect way to snack on something while you're cooking.
It's the best way to do it.
One thing that I love about Argentinian food culture is their use of steak and beef products. This recipe right here is for a dish using a type of steak. It's called a matambre. To start off with the matambre, you want to use a thin and wide cut of steak. We could not find the right cut because it's often not sold in American grocery stores. It is actually the cut of beef between the skin and the ribs, and it is this wide, flat piece of beef that is sold often in Argentina specifically for this dish. But in the US, we have to come up with a substitute. I went to the store and I found a great cut called a churrasca, which is a thin flank steak-like cut of steak, but it is still flat and you're able to roll it up just like you are with the cut that is normally used for this dish. First, you want to prepare the filling. So take a bunch of parsley and take the stems off so you only have the leaves, and cut that up into small pieces. Into that parsley, you want to also cut up 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. Make sure that there's plenty in there because you're going to want plenty of garlic throughout the roll-up. And then last thing is that you want some sort of crumbly cheese. I believe the original recipe uses some sort of cotija. I couldn't tell, honestly, because the video that I watched that helped me learn how to make this was in Spanish. So I just saw that it was a white crumbly cheese and that was it. So I went with goat cheese. I know that that's not what they used, but
it was good.
Goat cheese is the perfect amount of creaminess to counteract the hardiness of the steak and the saltiness of everything else going into this meal. So once you combine those 3 things, season it with some salt and pepper, not too much because you're also going to put some on the steak directly. And then you set that aside and you prepare your steaks. You roll out your steak and you dab it with a paper towel, make sure that it is nice and dry, and sprinkle it with some salt and pepper. Then you add your filling all the way across, but leave a little room at the end so that it doesn't overflow from the end of the steak. Next, you want to take some red bell peppers and you line them up about every 4 to 5 inches. Now when this rolls up, they'll be nice and distributed, so you want to make sure that you have a good amount of space in between those lines of red bell pepper. You can also use different colors of bell pepper here, and I think the traditional recipe also includes some carrots. I am allergic to carrots, so I left those out this time. And then last thing you want to do is you take a hard-boiled egg. I like to keep it a little bit softer on the inside, and you put it at the base of the roll, and then you roll up the entire steak.
Nice and tight.
Nice and tight. And try to keep any insides from spilling out. So you want it to be tight, but not so tight that you are losing the filling.
So Lucas, how did you get the steak nicely wrapped the way that you did? I mean, how did you wrap it up initially?
Well, Laura, I used some toothpicks. First of all, because the tail end of the churrasco steak is a little bit pointy, and so I didn't want that to flare out on the grill.
Oh, I see.
And then I used this little handy device called kitchen twine.
Wow.
It's what you pull out once a year to tie up your turkeys on Thanksgiving. And really most people don't use it other than that, but it is a very useful tool here. And right here you can see some B-roll of me tying up the steak with the twine. Oh, look at that technique.
Oh,
little fold over.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
That's a beautiful technique. Look, oh, there we go.
Now that your meat is ready to go on the grill, you just take it outside and pop it on the grill for about, how many minutes?
I kept it at about 5 minutes on each 4 sides. This is a really thick roll of meat, and you want to make sure that you're getting it evenly cooked throughout, and you want the edges to be nice and crispy. Now you want to make sure that it rests. Anytime you make steak, you want to make sure that that steak rests at least 5 minutes on a table before cutting into it.
Once you let the steak rest for about 5 minutes, slice it up and it's ready to go.
The butt. Ahem. For that, you have to come into the video.
No. Come say hi.
Come say hi.
No.
That's your punishment. This is Sophia. She just interrupted the video, so she had to come say hi. Hello, Sophia. We haven't seen you in a while.
This is our baker slash pastry chef.
She was supposed to make a dessert for this one, but...
Bye.
Bye. Thank y'all so much for watching and learning how to make some delicious Argentinian recipes.
Make sure you like this video if you enjoy the content and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future.
And also make sure you check out our Instagram at plate_culture. We got some great stuff going on there as well.
Hey, if you're 45 and up, make sure you like our newly formed Facebook page. It's great.
I'm on Facebook. You don't have to be 45 or up, but
35, okay.
that's, yeah. Like the Facebook page. We're putting everything up there that we also put on the Instagram, so check it out.
Can't miss us.
Follow along.
See you next time. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Bienvenidos a la cultura de plato.
So here's what I
What?
need from you guys. Woo! Energy.
You scared me.
Lots of energy.
But we're in a fun, tired mood.
I'm not tired.
Thank you.
You scared me, honey.